The news at noon starts right now.
New at noon, the 4 Americans who were violently kidnapped in Matamoros, Mexico last week have now been found.
According to the governor of that region, 2 were found dead, 1 alive but wounded, and the 4th victim is unharmed.
ABC's Em Nguyen with the 1 person that has been arrested so far.
The 4 Americans who were violently kidnapped in Matamoros, Mexico last week have been found, according to the governor of that region. 2 were found dead, 1 alive, but wounded, and the 4th victim is unharmed. This video appearing to show the group being held at gunpoint led from their white minivan to the back of a pickup truck in Matamoros, Mexico. ABC News has not verified the video, but sources familiar with the matter have confirmed it is a part of the FBI's investigation.
These sorts of attacks are unacceptable. Our thoughts are with the families of these individuals, and we will continue to coordinate with Mexico and push them to bring those responsible to justice.
The 4 kidnapped victims now identified as Latavia Tay McGee, Shaid Woodward, Zindel Brown, and Eric Williams. McGee's mother says her daughter was traveling to Mexico to undergo cosmetic surgery. McGee and Woodward's cousin saying they're desperate for answers, adding McGee is a mother of 5.
It's hard on them also because we can't give them answers because we don't know anything.
Brown's family saying they spoke with him the day before the kidnapping.
I felt a little uneasy. And then, like I said, Friday morning, I texted and I didn't get anything.
U.S. officials explaining how gunmen began shooting at the group's minivan, which had North Carolina plates, then kidnapped the people inside. 1 Mexican bystander was also killed. And a warning to American travelers that Tamaulipas state is dominated by drug cartels and is rated as do not travel in America's travel advisory system, on par with nations like North Korea and Afghanistan.
We encourage Americans to heed that advice.
The Mexican president announcing at least 1 person has been arrested in connection to the kidnapping of the 4 Americans. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
New Braunfels police looking for the one who got away, the driver who led him on a more than 30-mile chase overnight. The chase started in their city, ended up on the southeast side of San Antonio. It happened just after 1:30 this morning. Officers say they tried to stop the driver in New Braunfels, but that person sped away. Police say the driver bailed out of the vehicle after crashing into a pole at East-South Cross of Pecan Grove. Officers have not found the driver or a passenger who was able to get out somewhere along the way.
A second suspect in custody following the deadly shooting of a man and a woman in West Bexar County. Alfred Kruger Lopez arrested yesterday in Corpus Christi. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar says they partnered with several local, state, and federal agencies to make the arrest. Lopez's brother was arrested last week in connection to the same case. The victims, Javier Alvarez and Janelle Lopez, were killed back on January 6th.
A local man showing the scars of a frightening drive home from work. He was nicked by a bullet fired during an apparent road rage dispute on the city's southeast side. And as Katrina Weber tells us, he says he still doesn't know what led to the violence.
Help came quickly for Noe Mendoza in response to trouble that happened in an instant.
I have no idea what I did to set them off, but it happens.
Mendoza pulled into this parking lot near Loop 410 and Southton Road after someone armed and angry took aim at him just before 6:30 this morning. He was driving home from work at the time. Mendoza says he had just pulled onto the access road here from Roosevelt when he suddenly found himself involved in what became a heated race for his life.
I drove around them. They tried to cut me off again. Sped up to get away from them. They got ahead of me, and then they started shooting at me.
He says a passenger in a white Jeep Grand Cherokee fired at him at least 4 times. His truck was left with bullet holes and a flattened tire. 1 bullet also grazed his shoulder.
It felt like a burn, but I didn't realize I had actually been shot until I pulled over here.
After paramedics patched him up, police questioned him for clues, hoping some of that information might help them track down the shooter. Mendoza says he's stunned by what happened, but not exactly surprised.
We live in Texas where you don't need a permit to carry a loaded gun in a vehicle.
He says he's glad in this case he was able to walk away without any serious injuries. Katrina Weber, KSAT12 News.
4 men arrested after Bexar County investigators connected the dots on more than 200 burglaries of storage units in our area. The serial burglary suspects are believed to be tied to a long string of those thefts reported throughout the county and in the city since last November. Here are the 4 men that BCSO arrested after that long investigation: Javier Servin, Joseph Cruz, Anthony Cruz, and Cristian Miguel Villanueva. This is where those thefts happened. Investigators are now asking you to contact them if you rent a storage unit at any of these locations on your screen and had any of your belongings stolen. The 10,000 block of Marbach Road, the 15,000 block of Culebra Road, 29,000 block of IH-10 West, and you can call investigators at 210-335-6057 to report the thefts, and be sure to have any identifying information for the items that were stolen, such as serial numbers or even receipts.
Outside with live cam, we're in kind of that pattern where you get a little fog in the morning, maybe a little sprinkle or two on your windshield when you're driving to work. Had to use the windshield wipers this morning, so but nothing really to brag about.
It's just a little bit damp in the mornings, and then the sun pops out. It's all fine and good in the afternoon. The clouds are taking a little bit longer today to clear out, so it's going to be cloudy for a while longer. But if you're on the north side of Bexar County, the skies have started to clear. We've got thicker cloud cover this go around for the southern part and eastern part of the county. And, these clouds will break up some more as we get into the afternoon, but for right now it is still cloudy. And we got a little visitor there in our live cam again today. Hasn't moved. Okay, cloudy there at the airport, 77 degrees. Dew point is at 68, so that number is sky high. It is very sticky out there. Southeasterly winds at about 9 miles per hour. As you plan out your day here, I do think we'll get into the low 80s later this afternoon, and then back down into the 70s tonight. Lots of clouds. We do it all again. We need some changes, right? We do get some, but it's going to take until Friday for that to happen. And we get to put in some rain chances Friday and then again Sunday into Monday with some cold fronts. So we'll tell you what that means and how it impacts your forecast. We also take a little bit of a look ahead to next week, and then we got spring break coming up. All of that in your forecast here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thanks, Justin. Happening today, State Senator Roland Gutierrez will unveil more legislation aimed to increase school safety with Uvalde families at the state capitol. Gutierrez's office says these bills will focus on banning, quote, kid killer bullets, safe gun storage, and closing gun show loopholes. Gutierrez believes these bills will limit the most dangerous forms of ammunition. All the details of these bills will be released today at the Capitol at 2 o'clock. Uvalde families and survivors of the Robb Elementary School shooting will be there as well.
An overdose rescue nasal spray coming to Northeast Side school campuses to fight the growing problem of fentanyl overdoses.
They will have these Narcan treatments within reach at each school and with campus police officers as well.
UT Health San Antonio School of Nursing distributing the medication at no cost to any ISD. Last night, the Board of Trustees approved Narcan on campuses. The district's medical advisory committee recommended the move in light of the spike in deadly fentanyl and opioid overdoses being experienced here and across the country.
Just like an EpiPen, Narcan is safe and will not harm a person if it is administered as a precautionary measure to someone showing overdose symptoms. The board announced that the life-saving nasal spray Narcan will be kept at the school, in the clinics, and at locations where emergency medical supplies are stored, such as the campus AED cabinet. Northeast Police Department officers will also carry the medication with them. As for when campuses will receive Narcan, that's still unclear. The district says once all of its schools are equipped with the medication, they will let the community know. History being made on the court in Lytle. We'll explain coming up in a few minutes in sports.
And a nonprofit giving local kids a chance to learn some new skills during the spring break. How it involves music. Coming up.
A local nonprofit empowering kids through music and teaching them DJ skills this spring break.
Tiffany Wirtz shows us how headphones and a soundboard is teaching them more than just how to entertain, but a creative way to grow.
If you're into rock, there's rock. If you're into jazz, there's jazz. There's just music for everyone, and that's what I like about it.
12-year-old Duke Cooper, who goes by DJ Kidtronic, has been learning how to mix, scratch, and spin.
I've learned how to do all of this, like the turntables and stuff like this, and I've also learned how to make music.
When DJing, he enjoys watching people having a good time filled with smiles.
It's pretty cool. I like it. Makes me feel special.
DJ Kidtronic has been learning from music professionals at the nonprofit The AM Project.
We teach kids how to be music producers, DJs, and artists.
The organization is hosting a DJ camp next week at the Little Carver Theater on the east side.
We'll set up 10 individual stations, so 10 controllers, 10 computers, 20 headphones. We can teach 20 kids at a time.
This spring break camp is not only helping students learn DJ skills, but it's building up their confidence.
Just the ability to learn a skill and then stand up in front of an audience and perform that skill is a very big confidence boost for them.
DJ Kidtronic says if you love music, this camp is for you.
This place is great for being able to make music and learn how to do it.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
Already got the name, Kidtronic, DJ Kidtronic.
There you go. All right, the bug is still right beneath our bug on the screen. I think it's a fly, and he's just taking a break. He's waiting for the sun to come out.
Hey, you can't blame him. Just chilling on a Tuesday. So are the clouds. They haven't left yet. They will this afternoon, and we'll be in a similar situation to what we were yesterday. The aquifer, it's down today, 0.4 per foot, 635.7 in your pollen count. It looks a little better today. Oak came down some, not much, 190. It's moderate. Molds, hackberry, ash, all there. But we only have 4 allergens today as opposed to 7 like we did yesterday. We'll take a look at the rest of the forecast. It does include a couple fronts, maybe some rain chances too. It's coming up on the other side of the break.
Don't know how much the drizzle and the clouds are helping, but you start driving up 281, get past 1604, and guess what? You already see bluebonnets.
Oh, I know.
They're out there.
And you know what else? Roll down your window and you can smell that grape Kool-Aid smell,
that's right.
You know, from those mountain laurels.
Mountain laurels, yep.
They're out and about already.
Spring has sprung. Everything's starting to bloom. We're getting into that realm. And, you know, once we get into spring, we have to think about severe weather. We already had one round last week. Could we be looking at more? There's some opportunity for rain. I don't know about a lot of severe weather, at least this week. But as we head into April and May, we know those are our big months. So this graph shows you the average severe weather days in Texas per month over the last 20 years. How many reports do we average? We're talking wind, tornadoes, and hail here. So you see it steps up. And May is generally Texas's busiest month, but we can see storms even into early June around here. So next few months, this is what we'll be watching. Usually takes a cold front and a storm system to kick up these showers and storms. And we do have a front in the forecast as we head later into this week. And I can report that our fly is still there. 77 degrees and cloudy at the airport. Southeasterly winds at about 9, and we've got a dew point of 68. So it is extremely sticky. The clouds are having a hard time breaking up here from Pleasanton to San Antonio over to Gonzales, and then you see some breaks across the hill country. Now, this is completely opposite of how it happened yesterday. You remember yesterday I said low clouds can make a good liar out of a meteorologist? That's how it plays out. These low clouds kind of have a mind of their own, and it all depends on when they break up as to what temperatures will look like. But I do think eventually we get some sun here in San Antonio. 77 degrees right now, 73 Kerrville, 77 in Hondo. Warm spot is down in Cotulla, 83 there at this hour, and it will be in the upper 80s there later today. Around Bexar County, we're looking at mainly mid-70s. KSAT 12-hour forecast. Look for those clouds to turn into, the skies to turn into a partly cloudy situation. 83 degrees at 3 p.m., 84 at 4 p.m., and then down into the 70s by 7 and 8 o'clock. Clouds do build back in, though, overnight, and by midnight, we're going cloudy again, and the drizzle and fog starts to redevelop. Look at the difference in temperatures between Amarillo and Brownsville. 45 in Amarillo right now, Brownsville 84, Laredo is at 87. There's a frontal boundary up here, and right now it is trying to progress a little bit further south, but it gets stuck, it stalls out. Doesn't make it here, at least not yet. So all the cold stuff will be bottled up across North Texas next couple of days. And as we look at the forecast here, it's going to be fairly cold in places like Amarillo and Wichita Falls going into tomorrow. Stays warm and humid here. This front does get a push, though, as another storm system comes in. We get some of that cooler air that it tries to work into our area by late Thursday. Front's probably not here yet, but I think early Friday morning it does arrive to the area. maybe kicking up some showers and storms. Just based on the timing, I don't think severe weather is going to be a big issue here, but we will watch it. 30% chance, mainly early in the day on Friday. And by Friday afternoon, we've got some cooler air pouring in. This isn't cold air, but just cooler. Temperatures in the 70s. That may stick around into Saturday. Upper 70s on Saturday. It's not bad. We may have some slightly drier air too, but the temperatures rebound again on Sunday before another front moves in and cools us down yet again. So here's how it looks in the 7-day forecast. We'll go 84 tomorrow and Thursday. There's our front. Friday down to 72, 77 Saturday, 86 on Sunday as we spring forward, but there is a chance for some showers and then maybe a few storms at that front with slightly cooler numbers going into next week. So that tells us that maybe the start of spring break next week may be a little bit on the coolish side. Again, not cold, just kind of cooler. And we'll see how the rest of spring break looks. We'll get a better idea here in the coming days, guys.
Thank you, Justin.
It is Ladies' Week in college basketball. Trinity making a long trip to the Northeast to keep their season alive, and the UTSA women are picking up momentum and wins just at the right time. Oh, what a great time to be a Lytle Pirate or just a fan. They are having the season of a lifetime on the basketball court. And this week, the boys are getting ready to face Childress in the UIL Class 3A state semifinals. After winning the regional final Saturday, at the time, it was believed that the Lytle Pirates were advancing to the state for the first time. But after a little history check back in 1924, the Lytle boys basketball team earned a trip to state. And there's the picture to prove it. On the left, it reads 1924 basketball team went to state with the names of the players next to a picture of them in their jerseys. At the bottom right, it reads at the train station, waiting to go to state, along with a picture of the guys wearing suits and ties. Imagine that. After sending in the required playoff paperwork, it was the UIL that told Lytle about that 1924 squad.
On Saturday, after we won the game, we thought we were the first team in Lytle history, basketball-wise, to make the state tournament. And then all of a sudden on Sunday, we get an email saying that we're the second Lytle team. So then myself and my athletic director, Lori Wilson, we start trying to research. So we call our mayor, Mary Gonzalez. He goes back, I guess, to our library, finds some archives, and then he finds out that there was an actual 1924 team that had made it to the state tournament. The only difference was they had to get on the train to get to wherever the tournament was at. So that was a pretty cool story and research that our mayor did on Sunday. So that was exciting. And for the kids, sending them the picture of what they look like to how we look now, it's a total amazement.
I bet that was a lot of fun going back in history, though. But no train from Lytle to San Antonio. They'll have to take the bus. Lytle will play Childress Thursday at the Alamo Dome. Hey, women's college basketball, the Trinity Tigers are getting ready for the third round of the NCAA Division III playoffs. The Tigers hosted and won the San Antonio Regional last weekend, beating UT Dallas 79-62 and then defeating Hardin Simmons 88-69 in the second round.
I don't think I've ever seen this gym as packed as it was last weekend, so having the student body come out and support us was awesome. And, a little bittersweet the first game playing against our old coach, but we're all super proud of him. And, beating a team 3 times like Hardin Simmons, they're really good. We respect them a lot, so we knew that was going to be a challenge, and I think we came out prepared.
I think that this whole season we've just remained focused, we've remained calm, we've learned with everything. We've learned with losses, learned with wins, we've learned with hard practices. Any type of problems or adversity we've kind of dealt with, and we've come together. We've gotten really close over all of it.
I think we're all just focused on the next game. That's all we're thinking about. We have Tufts next. We feel confident. We just got to work on ourselves. I think every game so far this season, we've just been focused on ourselves, and that's what we'll do for the next one.
Yeah, Trinity will head to Medford, Massachusetts to face Tufts in the round 3 playoffs Friday at 6:30 local time on the Jumbo's home floor. And staying with the women, another fantastic season. Lady Roadrunners are on a season-high 4-game winning streak, and they feel like they are peaking at just the right time. Heading into the Conference USA Championships this week, the ladies started off the season slow, but really caught fire at the end, winning 6 of their last 8. Junior Jordan Jenkins, who transferred here from USC, has been a big part of the turnaround, and the Roadrunners community has taken notice.
There's been more people coming to our games, and we see new faces we saw new faces every home game. So, I think I'm glad that I chose to do something different, and I think that, it'll show a lot of people that as long at the end of the day, you're just playing basketball, so you can go wherever. You just have to be great.
All right, the 6th seed Roadrunners will open with number 11, the Florida Atlantic. That'll be tomorrow, 2 o'clock at the Star in Frisco. Apparently they do play basketball at the Star. I thought it was just the Cowboys, but apparently they got a basketball arena up there too.
Very good.
There you go.
All right, at a time when companies are charging us more and more and more and adding fees on top of that, airlines are changing course, and the shift could make it easier for families to fit a vacation into their budget. We'll explain.
And it is medicine commonly used to treat people with breathing problems, but liquid albuterol is still in short supply, and the shortage is expected to get even worse in the next half hour. What led to the shortage and what health experts say you need to know if you can't get this medicine.
New today at 5, many people opt for canned tuna when they're trying to get fish into their diets, but listen up, there's some major concerns about the amount of mercury you find in tuna. Today at 5, we're going to take a look at the amount found in some of the most popular brands of tuna. Getting a job to pay off your holiday spending spree could actually lead you more into debt if you're on the lookout for unemployment scams. They're on the rise, with the Better Business Bureau reporting a 23% increase in 2022. ABC's Becky Worley with a way to spot employment scams before they scam you.
Hello, this is a courtesy invitation to work with Amazon from home.
Experts saying this is not a real request.
Make up to $400 in a day.
But one in an arsenal of more sophisticated methods that scammers are using to steal thousands of dollars from job seekers. In a new report from the Better Business Bureau, employment scams listed as the second riskiest of all the scams they track, saying the frequency at which they're being reported in the agency's scam tracker increasing 23% from 2021 to 2022.
A lot of workers don't want to go back to an office, so they're searching online for a purely remote position. Unfortunately, scammers know this, so they're setting up fake websites and they're luring people in with that.
They said they liked my resume and my application and they wanted to move the process along.
For Callie Heim from West Palm Beach, Florida, she says she applied for a tech position through the job site LinkedIn. But the people who posted the job were suspected scammers, not affiliated with the actual tech company or LinkedIn. They offered her the job and sent her this check to purchase her own office equipment. But then they asked a lot of questions.
I gave them my bank account information, so my routing number, my account number, my checking account. I checked off that I did checking, and then I gave them the front and back of my driver's license.
For Callie, her boyfriend raised concerns, and then she hit the pause button.
I didn't lose any money, but it doesn't make it any less awful.
If a company's asking you to pay for something during the interview process, that is a huge red flag.
But for Miranda Owens of Kansas City,
I felt like my trust had been completely shattered. My trust in all of these online platforms.
The person that offered her a job sent her a check, then saying they made a mistake and she needed to return the money. The original check bounced and Miranda was out nearly $5,000.
I just started bawling.
That was ABC's Becky Worley reporting. So, how do you keep yourself safe? Look for the red flags. Scammers may ask for more personal information beyond what you provided in previous applications, and they may want financial information. They also might ask you to spend money during the interview process. And if they send you money, then ask you to reimburse them, that's a big red flag as well. Of course, you should report any scam you suspect to the Better Business Bureau's website.
President Joe Biden penned an op-ed on Medicare in the New York Times ahead of Thursday's budget release. The president wrote that he would build on drug price reforms by strengthening Medicare's newly established negotiation power. His plan would allow Medicare to negotiate prices for more drugs and start price negotiations at specific drugs sooner after they launch. Also under Biden's plan, people who make more than $400,000 would have to pay more in taxes towards Medicare.
China's foreign minister is calling on the U.S. to hit the brakes, warning if it does not, quote, there will surely be conflict and confrontation, unquote. The official made those comments at China's National People's Congress. It's a political event that's held every year in that country. He echoed accusations from the Chinese president, who said that the U.S. is trying to contain China's development and that balloon crisis a couple of weeks ago could have been avoided. Ties between the two countries are at their worst in decades. The U.S. responded to all of this, saying it seeks to compete with China, but does not seek conflict. TikTok CEO defending the app's ties to China. It comes just weeks before that's scheduled to testify before Congress. The head of TikTok discussed its mission and fielded questions about how U.S. user data is protected from being accessed in China. He said China's government has never asked for U.S. user data and that the company would refuse any such request. He added that all U.S. user data is stored by default in the Oracle Cloud infrastructure, and access to that data is completely controlled by U.S. personnel. TikTok CEO was asked if TikTok could be used to spew Chinese government propaganda to a U.S. audience, to which he replied that misinformation and propaganda have no place on the platform.
Gun violence remains an ongoing problem here in the United States. A new report shows the country already has topped 100 mass shootings this year. A mass shooting is defined as when a gunman shoots at least 4 people. The website Gun Violence Archive keeps track of gun violence around the country. It says last year the United States did not surpass 100 mass shootings until March 19th. An independent global health research group says the U.S. has more deaths from gun violence than any other developed country. Now to the war in Ukraine and the bloody battle for a key city in the east. Russian forces have nearly encircled that city, but this morning the Ukrainians are vowing they will not withdraw. Here's ABC's James Longman with the latest.
The battle for Bakhmut may be reaching its climax, with casualties soaring on both sides. Russia's attacks find the city on the brink. Putin's forces have blitzed it relentlessly, street by street, building by building, every inch a war zone. But this persistence is at a cost to Russia, with reports that Russian casualties are several times that of the Ukrainians. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head of Russia's mercenary force here, complaining they're running low on troops and ammunition, now resorting to sending in untrained prisoners to fight, saying that the Russian military might be diverting resources elsewhere. Warning, if we retreat from Bakhmut, then the entire front will crumble. And overnight, reports some newly mobilized Russian reservists are being sent into combat in Ukraine with just their firearms and shovels. Now, Ukraine is denying rumours that they're planning to withdraw or retreat from Bakhmut, and in fact that they've managed to divert Russian attention to Bakhmut in order that they can better reinforce this entire region. James Longman, ABC News in Konstantinivka, Ukraine.
Looking outside with live cam, those are some stubborn clouds, but the fly gave up his TV career. Off he went.
He left.
He left. He's gone.
It's over. All right, that's okay. You guys were talking about bluebonnets earlier. I want to take you up to Spring Branch. Look at this. This gorgeous site here. The bluebonnets, they really are popping up everywhere. I've noticed them on sides of the highways now. So get out your cameras. It's that time of year. Take pictures with the bluebonnets. Just be careful as always. And as we look at the wind gusts, we've got some gusts close to 20 miles per hour in a few spots. It's not going to be an overly windy day, but you may see the wind pick up 15, maybe 20 miles per hour. It's all out of the southeast, though, so you know what that means. The dew point is going straight up. We've got some very, very thick air out there, and that doesn't really change for the next couple of days. Not a lot of wind gusts here around San Antonio, though, at least at the moment. KSAT 12-hour forecast. We're at 82 by 2 o'clock. 84 is our high. We'll reach that around 4 or 5. Then as we get into tonight, temperatures slip into the 70s, but they don't slip much. We're at 68 at midnight. We won't go much cooler than that by the morning time. As clouds build in, fog builds in, drizzle builds in, and we do it all again Wednesday morning. It's going to be another sort of damp commute. Our changes come Friday. Cold front means got some rain chances and some cooler air too as we head towards the weekend. More on that forecast here in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Justin. A medication that some people rely on to help them breathe is still in short supply, and issues could be worse. What options patients have if they can't access albuterol?
Some airlines dropping at least one of their fees. How an effort by the Transportation Department may be putting some pressure on even more airlines to follow suit.